This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, August 20th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Hey, this is some great news. Beginning today, you can contact 911 emergency services by text. Now, authorities are saying that if you can call, you should, but text if you can't. And this is a huge boon for anybody that has hearing or speech impairments. Now, to do it, what you do is you enter 911 in the to field, which would be the phone number field. And the first text that you should include would be the location of where you are and the type of service needed. Do you need police, fire, or ambulance? Press the send button. You'll get a 911 operator that will come back and ask you questions. Any answers should be simple words. Don't use abbreviations or slang. Make it as simple as possible for them to find you. To make sure that it went through, you don't need to do much of anything. If it went through, a 911 operator will come back to you. If it did not go through, you will get a message from your wireless carrier saying that you must place a voice call. Now, there are some challenges to it. 911 texts may take longer to receive. They don't intrinsically provide the location from where you are. They may be received out of order, or they may not be received at all. And you can't send any pictures or videos through them as well. As I said, it's for the hearing or speech impaired, but it's also really good in case you're in a really dire situation. Let's say somebody broke into your house and you're hiding in a closet or a bathroom and you can't make any noise. Go to your phone and text 911. Again, the key thing is to answer fully without abbreviation or slang as soon as the operator comes back to you. And some bad news for a Navy sports fan. It was announced yesterday afternoon that there will be no fans at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium on Labor Day night when Navy takes on Brigham Young in their home opener. Fans hoping to see that game, we're going to have to tune into ESPN at 8 p.m. for the kickoff. And in an email sent out to ticket holders yesterday, Chet Gladchuk, who is the athletic director, said, "Today, in our judgment, fans in the stands, even socially distanced and with a wide array of protocols in place, still present a concerning risk for COVID transmission. We are still optimistic there will be home football games this season where our season ticket holders will be extended the opportunity to personally attend." Now, Bill Wagner from the Capitol sniffed out a couple of other items for this. This no fans policy does include the Brigade of Midshipmen. I figured they might bring the brigade over since they're pretty much locked on the yard anyhow, just to give them a different venue to look at. So the stadium on Monday, Labor Day, is going to be virtually empty. But Bill also learned that if fans are allowed in any of the 4 other home games, it would be at about 30% of capacity, which is about 12,500 people or so. They have sold 14,000 season ticket holders, so that means that there will be no walk-up tickets available. And the likelihood of you just going to see a game if you don't have a season ticket is pretty slim for this year. And finally, as we wrap it up, this has to do with the election that is coming up in November 3rd. In case you didn't know, we do have an election. Yesterday, County Executive Stuart Pittman was up at the county election office and citing what he calls a triple threat of the COVID-19 pandemic, the federal cutbacks to the U.S. Postal Service, and a state retreat from mail-in voting. Pittman wants everyone to know that there are 4 methods to vote this year. You can vote by mail, you can vote by ballot drop boxes, you can early vote, or you can vote on Election Day. Joe Torre, who's the director for the Board of Elections, said he expects an 85% turnout, which will be about 337,000 voters. So you can expect some crowds if you do go in person. Early voting locations, there are 7 of them. They will be open from October 26th through November 2nd. In addition, the county is going to provide 29 secure ballot drop boxes at each of the 28 voting locations around the county, as well as one at the Board of Elections office in Glen Burnie. Anne Arundel County Health Officer Dr. Nilesh Kalyanaraman said that voting by mail or drop box is the safest option to prevent the spread of COVID-19. That does make sense. You can go to aacounty.org/vote for all sorts of information. It has a full list of the voting sites, voter registration information, mail-in voting information, and other resources. You can also go to eyeonannapolis.net. We do have the full list there. I do encourage you to do that. But the early voting locations are in different areas of the county. I'll just go over those real quick. In the Annapolis area, it's the Pitt Moyer Rec Center. In Crofton, it's the Crofton Middle School. Edgewater, South River High School. Odenton Gambrels would be Arundel High, Pasadena would be Northeast High, and Severna Park would be Severna Park High. When you vote early, you can go to any one of those locations. You don't need to go to the one nearest to you. Now remember, these locations, the 28 that they have identified, are likely not the same locations that you're used to voting at. So before you go, you want to check to make sure where you're going. Now my vote, pun intended, is to request a mail-in ballot and drop it in a drop box. My ballot has already been requested. I am waiting to get it in the mail, and as soon as I do, I will cast my vote and drop it in a drop box. Now, to get that ballot by mail, you do need to request it. This is what County Executive Pittman was referring to when he said the state retreated from mail-in voting. One faction wanted the ballots automatically mailed to everybody. Governor Hogan mandated that application for a mail-in ballot be mailed, and then you do need to return that. So that will be coming to you in the mail. If you didn't get it in the mail, you can go online, again, to that aacounty.org/vote. There will be a link there that will take you to a place where you can actually have it ordered right away. And that can be delivered actually to you by email as well. I don't trust that just because of spam filters. All right, that does wrap it up for us today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. If you're someplace you can leave us a rating or a review, please do that. And make sure you let your friends and family and colleagues know about us. It is Thursday, so we do have Trevor with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. And as we have always, George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. And all of that is coming up in just 1 minute. But here is Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, August 20th. Yesterday brought a bit more rain to the Annapolis region in the morning hours, followed by plenty of sunshine in the afternoon to make it a nice day on the whole. But today should be all sunshine for all of Anne Arundel County with light winds and afternoon highs again in the 80 to 86 degree range. From there, skies return to being a bit unsettled Friday through the weekend with a chance of showers and storms each day with highs again 80 to 86 degrees, followed by more 80s to near 90 over the weekend, especially on Sunday, with the early outlook for next week being sunshine and 86 to 93 degrees for highs each day, Monday through Wednesday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DC MDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Hi everybody, this is Brian Griffiths, the publisher of The Duck Pin. I've been podcasting for almost 10 years, and I'll be making my return to podcasting this September with the Duck Pin Podcast. We'll be talking about the things that matter in your life, news, politics, sports, culture. We'll be looking at those things from a state, local, and national level, and we'll be talking to the people who are making those things happen. Subscribe now by visiting anchor.fm/theduckpin, or search for The Duck Pin, DUCKPIN, in your favorite podcast app or on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Duck Pin. Subscribe today so you don't miss a single episode of The Duck Pin Podcast coming this September. To learn more about The Duck Pin, visit theduckpin.com.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker's Minute, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Blended Essentials in Severna Park has another summer camp next week. Next week's theme is Friends, and they'll be making candles, soaps, bath bombs, lotions, and more. Wine and Design in Annapolis has more take-home kits and online classes as well. This week, check out Betsy the Cow, Seahorse Date Night, Relax, There's Wine, Blue Ridge Parkway, Beach Sign, and a do-it-yourself You Choose take-home kit and virtual class. The Kid Museum in Bethesda has more Make It DIY workshops. This week, check out some of their favorites, with lessons like bridge building, bird feeders, household mini golf, car engineering, and bubble science workshops. There's plenty of local live music over at the Annapolis Streaming Facebook group, now just called Annapolis Music. This week, tonight, you can check out Live Art Maryland's Quarantini concert, also Joey Harcum live stream concert. Larry Lay has a few streams this week, including tomorrow at Middleton's Tavern, Tuesday at the Annapolis Town Center, dinner on the Boulevard, and Wednesday at Brian Baru. And Spencer Joyce has multiple live streams this week as well. Tomorrow, 2 on Monday, and then 2 on Wednesday. And also be sure to check out the Annapolis Music Facebook group for live in-person music. Local by Design's Annapolis Mall location will have a wood plank workshop on Tuesday, with both an online and in-person option. Art Farm has some virtual classes still, with the beginner macrame class in full swing, with still time to jump in, as well as a virtual pencil, charcoal, and watercolor class starting soon. At Maryland Hall on Saturday, check out Art in the Family, a fun outdoor workshop at Maryland Hall, with more decoupage fun. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System, they have more weekday Facebook Live story times for kids tomorrow, and Insegro returns with interactive storytelling, African drums, and game. In this exciting family fun fair event, they'll use the technique of African storytelling to explore some favorite children's literature with lots of drumming, singing, and dancing. Also tomorrow, check out another great movies discussion, this time with Royal Wedding. Fred Astaire and Jane Powell star as a brother and sister dance team that are invited to England to perform at the same time as the royal wedding of Princess Elizabeth. And you can watch that through the library's Access to Canopy with a K. On Tuesday, check out Joe Romano's Magic Wow Workshop, teaching kids some magic tricks with things they can find around the house. Also check out It's Real and Enhancing Mental Health During COVID-19, which is about the AFSP-produced film It's Real, College Students and Mental Health, designed to raise awareness about mental health issues commonly experienced by students, and is intended to be used to encourage help-seeking. Also on Tuesday, check out the Mountain Roads Adult Book Club, this time with We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. On Wednesday, there's another Ready, Set, Kindergarten with the Eastport Annapolis Snack Library, with 4 family story times to use stories, songs, and games to help children and parents and caregivers get prepared for kindergarten in fall 2020. Also on Wednesday is another Intro to the Library ebooks and streaming, with plenty of things to keep you occupied and entertained. And lastly on Wednesday, check out Sound Tales, stories, songs, and sounds that spark children's imagination, made 100% by the human voice. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Tuesday, check out our monthly general meeting, where we get together and talk a little shop business, and then also talk a little bit about what we've been working on. You can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org. And remember, whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.